Alright, what is up guys? I am Leviathan. Today I am reviewing the game Fractured Space. It's well, I guess you could call it a MOBA. At least it is called a MOBA on their website. It's made by Edgecase Games. They're a UK game studio. They're best known for Strike Suit Zero, which pretty good game. Another space type game. As I really like space games, I was really interested in this. Obviously, for more MOBA, it seems like the best of both worlds type of thing. Love EVE Online. I love games where it's basically just go out into space and do stuff. That being said, I have a couple problems with this. I have a lot of things I like about it, but we'll get into that. So what we're looking at now is the kind of main screen. I think they just updated things so you can kind of see like it cuts off here. Maybe that has to do with my resolution. Same thing here. Here, like, I don't know. Things just aren't fitting well. Tells you, I think this is real, 272 players live. A lot is going on this screen. So right away for new players, this is a lot to handle. This is not a bad thing necessarily, especially coming from games like EVE. You kind of want stuff like that. But in this, it kind of plays against you. So let's take a look. First things first, we're going to talk about how much this game costs. So free to play, which is pretty cool, but only kind of free to play. So it's free to play in the same way that like Tears of the Storm or League of Legends is free to play, where you can play but only with limited, I guess, characters, you could say. So obviously this game, it's a space game. You are not playing as a little guy running around. You are playing as a ship, which is awesome. Like, that was such a cool selling point for me. So again, similar to EVE Online, you are going out into a ship. You are not, I mean, EVE, you have characters now, but originally it was just, nope, you're a ship. You're going out, you're doing stuff. These are the three ships that I have right now: the Pioneer, the Sentinel, and the Venturer. Pretty cool. There are other ships, so we can see they divide them into these factions, I guess. I don't necessarily know the differences. Maybe that's explained somewhere. It's a ship named Leviathan. I almost had to buy it, and it looks pretty cool. If you haven't noticed already, the graphics in this game are tremendous. I am fairly certain it's running Unreal. Let's just see if we can find that real fast here, because I have a little bit of their info here. Yeah, it doesn't say. So, beautiful game. If you've read the site much, you know my feeling about MOBAs that require you to pay for characters. I really want to try this Titan Leviathan, and I can try it. I can go into the firing range and take a look at it and see what I think. Or I could purchase it, and I can purchase it with platinum or credits. Now, it is very hard to see, and I am currently on a 50-inch television, and it's hard for me, and I'm sitting about 5 feet away. I imagine maybe on a super high resolution screen with a large display, it's not going to be as bad, but this is very small. So, like, I want to buy this ship. It's 300,000 credits, or platinum. We'll get into platinum in a little bit. I have played, I think, 4 games now, 3 or 4. I have 8,000 credits. Another currency they use here is DNA. So adding on top of the systems in place already, you have platinum credits and now DNA. The DNA we'll kind of talk about in a little bit as well. So I want to try out the Leviathan. Let's just try it out. To give you a sense how the game looks, which, again, beautiful game. It gives you a kind of like, okay, Tempest Cannon. After a spin up, fires and blizzards of shot that deals persistent amounts of damage. Forward firing beam, auto damage. Fusion beam fires automatically, dealing high damage for the duration of the beam. Jump buoy, deployable buoy, hold to activate, increase jump point. Magma lance, targeted launch. So it kind of tells you about the different guys here. Let's see. Left mouse, fire, right mouse, fire. Actually, you can see down at the bottom you have 1 is your jump point, 2 is your magma lance, 3 is your Leviathan fighters. So those little guys, look at them. Look at them go. Like that. This is the part of the game where I'm like, what? That's insane. Look at these little guys flying around. Pretty cool. Point defense, jump drive, jump home, Tempest Cannon. So I charge it up. Just shoots, right? I think, yeah, space is up. What is it? Control is down? Yeah. Sorry, it's been a few days since I've played, so. Here's where it gets interesting. And this was, again, a huge selling point for the game. 3-dimensional space is pretty cool. As far as MOBAs go, you have games like Paragon, which have up and down, left and right, but it's not something that is the average. Oh yeah, this is how games go. So let's see. So as you can see, the ships take a fair amount of damage too. These are not just like, oh yeah, you know, like wow, that fusion beam, super slow. And there go my fighters again. Again, amazing. Like look at the like these tiny little ships all flying around, looking cool, doing stuff, flying through space. There's like I can't stress just how cool this game looks. Oh, that is pretty cool. Um, Another amazingly really cool thing is that the ships take damage to their shields. So different, like somebody's hitting you from the side, well, your left shields are going to go down, or your bottom, or your rear, or whatever shields is. It makes sense. Let's leave this. So that's just how the game looks. Now, you might be saying right away, like, well, you know, we've put up with League of Legends. What's so bad about this? And again, I do not dislike this game. I just have a few problems with it. So, first things first, the store. I really dislike the prices in this. Like, here's your ultimate skin. It gives you an ultimate skin, a legendary captain. Let's go back. Oh gosh, no, I don't want to open that. The ship, 2,000 platinum, credit boosters, supply ships, all this DNA, but it's $60. That is full price of a game for a in-app purchase of a pretty small game. That's hard to swallow. So it'd be one thing if it was like 30 bucks, you get this legendary skin, all that other stuff. It's not. It's $60. The Armada pack, it gives you access to every ship, but that's $40. And again, $40 for every ship is okay, you get everything, right? But games like Smite do that for 30, sometimes $15. And Smite has a massive user base. especially in comparison with a game like this, which is just, I mean, I think it might even still be early access, if not freshly out. So the prices in this game are not fair. Um, or at least I feel like they're too high. Maybe the developer has their own reasoning behind that, but the cost of entry on this game is just so high. I don't think anybody's going to want to play it. Or at least I don't understand why they're so high. Let's just say that again. So again, like here, 500 platinum, 3 ships, some skins, and it's $30. Like that's tough to swallow. I do not think I could justify that. So DNA, the League of Legends has runes. I have never liked runes. Fractured Space has crews. As you can see, crews give you certain benefits, and you can put different people into different positions. Now, you might be thinking, well, Paragon has the deck building. This seems very similar, and it is. You have different people, you can put them into different positions, and they'll do different things depending on their role. But the Paragon, everybody's free to play, first off, so cool, you've got that. These characters are not just given to you. They're not earned through playing the game. You buy them or you create them using DNA. So you can get a massive advantage by getting those legendary crew characters, and they're very good. Having looked at some of the stats on them, they give you a massive advantage. I won't have that unless I go through either an incredible grind, like, let's see, 1500 DNA is 1384 credits. Like, and at this point, I think I'm still too early in the game to have made a character yet, or at least it hasn't told me how. So that's another thing. Like, a lot of this game expects you to just know it. Oh yeah, you're coming into a brand new, you'll get the hang of it. If you don't, well, kind of too bad, I guess. So, yeah, let's go with solo. We're gonna go solo versus AI. So that's my kind of feeling about the outside of the game. The outside of the game, good and bad, not exactly the worst, but I have my issues. Let's just say that. So let's see. We'll go with the Sentinel. Actually, you know what? I really like the Enforcer. I'm gonna go with that one. Of the ships I've played, again, only played 3 games, only have 3 ships. Of those 3 times, I liked that. Again, besides actually, using the online name Leviathan, I really like the Leviathan, but I don't have it. I don't have enough to buy it, and I am certainly not going to be spending roughly $15 on it. So we'll get into the nuances of this game, and before I'm not going to play a full game. I just want to show off again what the game is like, how it plays. There's a massive thing in this game that I think is missing, and it's a MOBA-ish game, but it's not a true MOBA. The reason for that is there is no creep. So you are playing as a ship. You are in space. Look at this. Again, it's a beautiful game. They also have this great system where you do not level up your skills. You do not choose points to do anything. You level up your attack, your defense, or I think like special or something like that. It'll show us in a second, which is great. Like, I'm all for that system. It simplifies it so much. And again, like, look at how gorgeous this game looks. I am flying a spaceship. Like, it's cool. So let's say we're going to jump out. Look at this. Beautiful game. But once we get to our first point, this is where the game starts to kind of, I don't want to say fall apart under scrutiny, but okay, you've got these mining ships. Cool. And there's my enemies way out there. But why? Like, Paragon recently had this issue of death balls. This game has nothing to make me want to not death ball. Like, of course, like, just sure, go 5-man and take out the other enemy team while they're respawning. Go and, you know, take a base or two. But there is no reason that anyone needs to, like, see what we're doing. There are 3 of us. A third just showed up. So I'm not going to play too much. I just kind of want to show it off. The space battles are so cool, though. Like, I love the feeling of, like, flying around in space. But the issue is there's no creep. There's no reason for me to be where I am. I could be jumping around, going anywhere at all. All right. Sorry about that. I had a little bit of a weird technical issue. Left that match, and it quit the whole game. And then it also kind of messed up my video recording, which had to start everything over. So to kind of finish up my thoughts there, you have this weird issue in the game where there's no reason for you to split up. Like, you can, there are 2 sides, the jungle camp in the middle, and then the enemy base. But there's no reason for me to have, 2 people in one lane, 3 in the other, besides just, oh, hold the points. If you go as 5 people, take out their team on one side, capture points, go to the other side, take out their people, capture points. You can keep doing that, and eventually you're just going to be such a higher level that the quote death ball works. It forces them into a scenario where they can't win. It demoralizes them because they keep dying, their death timers keep getting longer, and the games just aren't as fun. Now, maybe at high level there's something that prevents that. I didn't encounter it. I didn't see it, and to be frank, it's just a weird thing. There's no reason for me to stay in lane. There's nothing that's making me, oh, I gotta stay in lane because I need to do this. So let's go back over here real fast and let's see. So the game is good. The game is fun. I really like it, but I have a big problem with it. The prices are just way too high. Not like, well, they're high because I don't like to spend money. I've spent money. I've bought Arcanas in Dota. I've bought the, stuff in Smite. I buy stuff in games. That's not a problem for me, but I'm not willing to spend $40 for all the ships in a game, which I might play more of, yeah. But that's excessive. It's well over the amount where I would consider that reasonable. So the price point, I feel like that's going to be a major issue for getting people to start playing. If you've got friends that play this game, yeah, you'll probably join up and play with them. And like I said, just like with Paragon, you'll death ball and have a great time because you're winning. But for people like me, I don't have anybody who plays this game with me right now. So what's my incentive to keep playing? I can't play these ships I want with any reasonable amount of time. So you're really free to play. The cost on ships isn't bad, like the Leviathan. Hey, I really want it. It's 500 credits. Well, I can buy 1,000 credits for $5. Or, well, let's say I really want the Paladin. The Paladin's really cool looking ship. It's awesome. Like, look at this thing. Well, it's 1,120. Okay, 1,120. That's cool. Well, oh, except that's 120 more than the $499 price point, which means, sorry, you're jumping in the $999 price point for 1,200. But guess what? Now you have to oh, but you wanted the Persecutor too, which is also 1,120. Oh, you gotta pay $4 more. So you really get into that free to pay, free to pay, like just griminess where you're paying for stuff that you can't get really. There is no, let me just buy this character. Like Heroes of the Storm is, hey, you want to buy this character? $10, yours, done. This is, you buy credits, and the credits aren't exactly perfect. Smite does something similar, 500 gems for $7.99. So a little bit more expensive still. But what Smite does is it gives you, every day of logging in, you get free uh, currency. Eventually even earning the, what would be considered platinum in this game, you earn gems in Smite. So you've got that out. Like if you're someone like me who I can't really justify spending money on a game without putting enough time into it, you have that option. This game doesn't have that. It just, you want to pay for it, pay for it. If you don't, well, you're going to be grinding and grinding and grinding. Which I just don't like. I don't feel like that's a good way to build a customer base. So that aspect of it alone, I mean, if it wasn't for the game being so good, I would just flat out say don't play it. It's not worth your time. But this game is very good in terms of how it feels, from a design standpoint, from a playing standpoint. It feels good. Again, the one exception there being there are no creep, so you kind of could run into those scenarios. You may not. You could play it and have 3 people in one lane, 2 people in another, one person jumping back and forth, and you have these great space battles that feel really cool, that look awesome, lasers going off, explosions happening, shields popping up, people moving around, jumping and doing stuff, and it's cool. So I have to give the game like a 75. It's not because the game is bad, it's really a great game. If it were just the issue of there are no creeps, so there's no reason to stay in a lane, I'd give this game a solid 90. Um, it's a fun game. It's really good. The movement feels right. It's not too fast, not too slow. The design is amazing. Each ship or character feels unique. They feel good and they look unique. They look cool. The cost of this game is just way, way, way too high. Uh, if they said every character in the game $10, I'd do it today. I would have that. I would have it. I would show you all these characters in the game and be happy to do it. But for $40, I can't justify it. And for legendary skins like Dota, I can go in. I can buy an Arcana for $29. I could go on the store, the marketplace, and buy it for $22 maybe. But here I'm looking at $60, which is just unreasonable. I can't, like, again, it's just not, for a game of this size, that's not reasonable. That's, and that's why it's a 75. I would, if it wasn't as fun to play, I would say this game is a 10 for the cost alone. But this game's so fun to play that it's a 75. It's fun. You get into it, and for those battles where you just got tons of people moving and shooting and lasers and explosions and ships flying around, it's fun and it looks good and everything about it is awesome. I can't give it a great score, which I want to, because again, that cost is just unreasonable. The crew aspect of it is just whatever. I'm not going to mess with this. Some people might really get into it. I feel like it's a tacked on whatever. Hey, cool. Some people want it. I'm sure with legendary crew members, you're going to get a massive advantage, but hey, skill can compensate for that too. I'm really good at playing it. Wow, it doesn't matter if I have a 20% capture rate. I'm just moving around and doing what I need. But again, I cannot stress just how disappointing it was to find out the cost of stuff in this game. So, all that said, game 75% good, good game, just not a perfect game. And if they lowered the cost or made it more reasonable, I would absolutely today say get this game. If you're a MOBA fan, it is worth your time. But in its current condition, if you like space battles, play it. It's a fun game. If you like the design or what you've seen, play it. It's a fun game. But I can't just say like drop what you're doing and play this game, which I, I'm really disappointed about. I would love to do that. Um, it's just too expensive. It, it really is beyond the point of being reasonable, which is not fun. It's not fair to do your customers. It's not fair to do. You're not going to be able to grow an audience, and yeah. So again, if you agree with me, great. Leave me a give me a thumbs up. If you disagree with me, leave me a comment and let me know why not. Um, if you would like to see more stuff like this, leave a comment, tell us. Check our website, moremoba.com. We talk about this game, other games, new characters coming out, pro scenes, gosh, uh, talent talent builds, stuff like that, introduction to characters, everything you can imagine. More MOBA. We're doing more with more games. um, check out some of our other videos if nothing else. But yeah, I'm Leviathan for more MOBA.